14 years ago in 1998. I woke up on a Sunday, checked my voicemail, answering machine as it was at that time, and a male voice on the other end, anonymous, no name, said, "Hey man, you got a kick. It's a beautiful thing." Click, and hung up. The number that he called from was a phone booth in another city from where I live. The night before, we'd had a football game. We had a football game that we won. We won by double the score. It was 42-21. We passed for 607 yards. 42 points is a lot of points. The bottom line is we won. The game was part of the 20-year streak that I was talking about in part one. We didn't kick, ever. No point after, no field goals. We went for it on every fourth down. Now, for those of you who are not football fans, a touchdown is worth 6 points. You score a touchdown, you get 6 points. Right after the touchdown, you have a choice. You can get an extra point or extra points. An extra point means you have a choice. You can kick. If you kick the ball over a bunch of people's heads, you get 1 point to go through the upright. However, if you want to run the ball into the end zone or pass the ball in the end zone, in other words, not kick, if you're successful, you can get 2 points. Depending on what country you're in. In Canada, it only takes you 5 yards. 5 yards. If you move the ball 5 yards, you get 2 points. Double the amount of points of kicking it over somebody's head. In the United States, when we play there, it's less than 5 yards. Less than 5 yards, you get 2 points instead of 1. As it is in football, football is a very conformist sport. 99.9% of coaches choose the single point, kicking it over everybody's head. 1 point. And usually it's automatic. And everybody says, wow, look at that, it's automatic. You kick the extra point, that gives you 7 points, 6 plus 1. I don't kick that extra point. We go for 2. So when we line up and go for 2, the other team starts screaming, they're going for 2! And they start screaming it. Veins bulging out of their necks. They start screaming, they're going for 2, they're going for 2. And that's very symbolic. What's really symbolic about that is that the minute you do something that's different in this world, people go nuts. They start screaming, they're going for 2. All it really means is, line up, play defense just like the previous play. That's all it means. Let's get back to the guy with the phone call. The guy with the phone call, anonymously, there's several profound messages, conclusions that we can reach from the guy with the phone call. Number one, first of all, it's a symptom of something really deeply disturbed about this guy, whoever he is, that it bothered him so much that someone didn't kick, that someone did not kick an extra point, went for it on 4th down, that on a Sunday morning, the day after a game, an amateur football game, it wasn't an NFL game, it wasn't a Division I NCAA game, it wasn't on national television, it was an amateur game with a bunch of kids, like around 18-year-old kids who are trying to get to the next level. They're trying to reach their dreams. That's all they're doing. My goal is to show them not only being different, it's about not having to conform to what people confuse as a strategy with a rule. See, people confuse the extra point as a rule. You must kick the extra point. That's not a rule. It's a choice. Just because 99% of the world chooses the extra point, it doesn't mean it's a rule. So people get confused on what's a rule and what's a strategy. So I'm trying to teach my players, it's okay to be different. Number two, what I'm trying to show is when people see that you're different, they react strangely. The guy in the telephone, for example. That must have festered in his head from the previous night. He got up and walked to a phone booth. Man, he couldn't even pick up the phone and say, hi, my name is Ralph, or whatever. He couldn't even identify himself. He was so upset he had to remain anonymous. And then he said, hey man, you gotta kick. He didn't say you should kick. I would prefer if you kick. It'd be a good idea if you kick. He said, man, you gotta kick. He was so upset because someone chose to do something different. He took it upon himself to say, you have to do it. Think about that. You gotta conform with the rest of the world. You gotta do that. And then the last sentence may actually be arguably the most absurd of the entire message. It's a beautiful thing. Look, I love football. I think it's a great sport. It teaches us phenomenal lessons in life. But kicking a ball over someone's head to get 1 point or a field goal for 3 points, I don't think it's a thing of beauty. Watching your children born, that's a thing of beauty. Watching your children walk, take their first step, that's a thing of beauty. My granddaughter 3 months ago took her first step. Man, that's a thing of beauty. My granddaughter running sprints in the park, thing of beauty. A kicker kicking a ball over people's heads, it's not a thing of beauty, man. It's routine. This leads me to my second point. Why don't we kick extra points? Because I teach my players it's boring. It's boring. You watch an NFL game, you watch an NCAA Division I game, college game, university game, it doesn't matter. Guy scores a touchdown, kicker runs on the field. I guarantee you, no one's excited over that extra point. People are running to get some more alcohol. People are running to get another burger, whatever. But nobody is sitting with bated breath in anticipation of this single point kick. Nobody. Because it's boring. Because it's routine. Because the whole world does it. It's boring. There's nothing that separates that act from anything else. They're all doing the same thing. Here's another reason why we don't kick. We don't kick because everybody says that's the safe call to make. The only reason it's a safe call to make is that's all you do. What you focus on grows. So if all you're going to do is kick that single point, of course it's going to be automatic. Reps make things automatic. Reps make things automatic. I'll say it one more time. Reps makes anything automatic. So when you're kicking an extra point, it's not because it's better, it's because that's all you do. We don't kick, so all our reps are invested into 2-point conversions. The guy who phoned the anonymous caller disregarded the evidence. He disregarded the evidence. We won the game. We converted 2 points. They were successful. We got 42 points. We won the game. It was successful. The anonymous phone caller who was upset that we didn't kick, he disregarded the evidence. He continued.